Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to EduFam International. Today, we are going to have a competition by EduFam International on the very current topic, and that is exam phobia. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Edu. As you all know that everywhere nowadays, the people are talking about exam. I can see the faces of children. Those who are laughing, smiling, giggling are now sad, stressful, frustrated, irritated, like somewhere they have lost their childhood during exam period. Why it is so? How we can avoid such situation and how we are going to face the scenario. What exactly is exam phobia? Suppose if I would have kept this topic for the adults, they have lots of advices for the kids. But I wanted to listen from the students themselves. What do they think? And how they are going to face this situation? Because finally, ultimately, they are the ones who are going to face it. We are not going to write any exam. The kids, the children, the students, they are going to write the exam. So let them think and let them face the challenge of the exam and let them try to find out the solution for this phobia. That's why this competition is organized by EduFam International in association with JAHAN-E, an educational YouTube channel. And on behalf of both these organizations, I welcome you all to this wonderful competition this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening we have our eminent speaker, Ms. Nasreen Fatima, who is BSc, B.Ed, BMRC, MA English Literature, M.Ed, who is the Principal, Secretary and Correspondent of New Rosary Nursery and KG, Nursery, KG and High School, and who is an eminent educationist, who is closely associated with the youth, with the students, and who is working for their career path, for their success path. It's an honor for all of us to have Mrs. Nasreen Fatima among us this evening. Nasreen Fatima, with due regards and respect, I request you to kindly say a few words on this auspicious occasion when we are going to organize a competition on exam phobia.
Good evening, one and all, and greetings to everyone. It's an honor that, Dr. Halima thought that I would be in a position to give you some advices on this occasion. But that was a very great initiative, Dr. Halima has thought that the students who are writing the exams should get an opportunity to think. Now this is a world where you have the students are, you are in a world of era where there is the information are on your fingertip. So you know so many things. There is a lot of information available. You only have to see how you can convert it into the knowledge and make sure that it becomes, how wisely you can apply it also. So you yourself has got that, the confidence. Today's password was confidence. That was, I was thinking, all the students who are participating today are very confident students. How can I help them? I am sure that I'm going to learn many things from you before leaving. How are you going to do that? So I just wanted to have a few interactive questions with you all, where I would like to ask, can you please post it in the chat box? Can you tell me one aspect that keeps you worried or stressed about your exams? I think everybody knows the meaning of phobia. Can you just write the meaning of phobia in the chat box? Fear, very good. So Vilasni, Habiba, Rummana Khan, everybody says that it's fear. Thank you so much. So everybody knows what is phobia. So can you please tell me what is one thing that is creating that fear to you for the exam, before examination? One aspect everyone feels about examinations that makes you feel, fearful? Output, Vilasini says that she is scared of the output. That means Vilasini feels, what will happen to me? What will be the result? Results makes her very fearful. And Maryam says it's the learning phobia. So Maryam feels, I will not be able to learn, right? And write along, Akash, for Akash, writing long answers, I can understand how difficult it is. And struggling with the rules before exams. What all are the rules? Yes, the rules, you're not given any breaks in between. You just have to sit, ratta maro, rote learning, parte jao. So this is also one way time, because you are struggling with those rules. And results, Atika, fine, very good. So, you all are able to find out what are the challenges, before examinations that are making you stressful. Now, let us look into the perspectives. Why? Why do you think? Can you just think that why are you feel learning is difficult? Why do you think learning is difficult? Can you give me your perspective for it? In the chat box, can I come to know what makes you feel that you cannot learn? Because somebody has said that learning difficulty. Mental health and physical health won't support. Vilasini feels you are mentally and physically. Yes. So what, not studying for being very good. You are not studying for yourself. That is also a great idea, because you're not enjoying what you're reading and you forget. Good. You all know what are the perspectives, what are the reasons behind, phobia for the examination, because learning is most important work and learning big answers. So when you're learning, how can you make your learning enjoyable is very important. It is looking like you have to learn big answers, whereas there is a lot of difference between learning and doing. So can you just imagine and think how can, learning takes place to knowing? So there are certain common aspects that most of you will be having during the exams. If you take care of these few 5 aspects, which I'm going to talk about, one is your sleeping cycle. If your sleep cycle is not proper and you're not giving that time, extra time for your studies, and especially morning hours, the time when you are mentally activated. Everybody has got their own biological sleeping cycle. So make use, identify when is your brain very active during that time. Utilize it, and I'm sure that you'll enjoy. Most of the time, early morning, I used to enjoy and understand things better early in the morning. And then, poor eating habits. Most of us doesn't know what type of nutrition do we have to take. What is the science behind the food you eat? Which food takes long time for digestion. When you are eating very heavy junk foods or, lot of oils, then what happens is most of your blood is circulated towards your stomach for digestion. Nothing is gone to your brain to understand and to be active. So make sure that you eat nutritious and light food that is easily digested and keeps you always boosted and energetic. And in between, keep giving some breaks. Somebody has said that it looks very boring because the rules and regulations. Somebody have given you the rules and regulations. Set your own rules and regulations. When do you need a break? Do you need a break after half an hour, after 1 hour? According to you have to think about yourself. When you're studying, the time you feel that now you're not energetic, you have to get up, do certain exercises, perform your namaz, do your wudu, whatever you can do, some activity, then come back again. And if possible, you can even go with the combined studies where you can have discussions with your friends and learn together. That is also one of the good habits. And procrastination, you feel that I have got, 5 days. I can complete these 5 chapters in 5 days. Never, ever do that. Always make sure that you complete things on time. Tomorrow I can do, I know, I understood it very well. So you just make sure that you complete whatever you do it. And I think that is most of the things I have talked about. These are the mostly, common factors that makes students, make fearful for exams. So apart from that, if you wanted to know anything else, I think I can help. So I think, Sadia ma'am, I have, without taking much of your time, I would like to keep the floor for you so that students can do their performance. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was really very beneficial for all of us, not only for the students. And I'm sure students, if you really love the tips given by ma'am, please send your heart to ma'am and follow me, because I'm going to send my heart to ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Now we have Mr. David Haslam with us, who is from United Kingdom, who had been in USA for several years and who has served in Singapore, and now he is in Philippines, and he is an author, he is a public speaker, he is a motivational speaker, and with us he is associated for lots of reasons. First reason is that he loves the children. So children, for you, Mr. David is the distinguished guest for this speech competition. Yes, David, over to you. What you are going to look at when the children are going to speak?
Thank you, Doctor. Well, what I'm going to look for mainly is the message. Giving a good message, a good positive way to deal with exam phobia, and also the clarity of speech, making sure you pronounce the words correctly, and making sure there's a good flow to the speech, and entertainment value as well. If you can make us laugh, that's beneficial because that connects you with the audience. So if you can put some humor into the speech as well, even though it's a serious subject, and that's a really good thing. So I would think concentrate on those three main things. Get the message right, get your pronunciation and grammar correct, and then also inject some humor or some amusement into the speech, and you'll do well. Back over to you, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you very much, David. It was really wonderful. And now I hope that all the speakers are going to keep those 3 points in mind. And now, hi guys, I'm one of the judges, and I'm your host and host, Dr. Halima Sadia. By profession, I am a teacher and a principal of an international school in Maldives, but by passion, I am a children lover, and I always love to be with the children. That's why I conduct lots of training programs for them. Most of them are complimentary, as David knows, and all the children, most of the children know it. And we conduct leadership courses, we conduct public speaking programs, we conduct for the children communications, and lots of challenges we conduct. And I hope the children, those who are going to be today, are going to be associated with us in the longer run as well, because we have lots more to offer to you. As far as in today's speech is concerned, what I'm going to look at is that first of all, I'm going to look at your confidence, that not only for the speech, that how you are going to deliver, but how you are going to face the exam. I'm going to look at your that confidence. And secondly, I'm going to look at that how is your perspective about the learning or education overall. Like, do you learn the things for the exam purpose, or do you learn the things for learning purpose, for educating yourself, for being successful in life, or for moving ahead? So that perspective also I'm going to keep in mind, that what is your purpose of education, what is your purpose of learning in the schools, and why you are appearing for the examination. And then, of course, on the language skills, if you are clear and if your language is simple, but it's grammatically correct and pronunciation is good, then naturally you are going to score full marks. So wish you all the best. And we are not going to take much of your time, because you all must be eagerly waiting to perform here. And so as we are eagerly waiting to listen to you. So let's start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to our first speaker. And our first speaker is Master Nikhil, who is going to write the exam today itself. Master Nikhil, over to you.
Hello, good evening, ma'am. May I start?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Very good. David, this is for you, adding humor. Oh, yes. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. I'll unmute you. Yes, now you can unmute yourself.
Yes. On September 8, 22-year-old medical aspirant ended her by life by jumping from the 19th floor of a tower in a society. As
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
Just wait, ma'am. Actually, I don't know. Just wait. Let me start. Sorry for that. On September 8, a 22-year-old medical aspirant ended her life by jumping from the 19th floor of a tower in her society, and as she could not clear the NEET examination. And this incident was reported from a Greater Noida JP Aman Society in Sector 151. As per the report, the initial investigation reveals that the girl was unhappy. She did not achieve his target after the declaration of her NEET result. And this is an extreme example, as you all know. Heartily welcome, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to Aap Laga Do and each and everyone present here. And today we have to together to walk through how to overcome exam fever or exam phobia.
भैया आप तो कुछ ज्यादा ही रिलैक्स हो, इतना भी रिलैक्स होने को नहीं कहा था हमने. Nikhil? Okay, so anyway, I think Nikhil has done his job and we'll move to the next participant. The next participant is Akash Singh. May I request Akash Singh to kindly unmute himself and switch
Yes,
on his video.
Can I present my screen?
Yes, please.
Where is it? Ma'am, can I get a time for settling the presentation?
So actually, these are some technical hindrances that the children have to be like very, very careful about this. They have to set themselves before coming for the competition. And I know that Akash has done it already. Yes, Akash, we can see your screen. Akash, are you sharing your screen?
Ma'am, I need some time.
Okay, anyway, then let's move ahead. And our third contestant is Vilasini. Vilasini, please unmute yourself.
Yes,
Ladies
ma'am.
and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Vilasini. Do you need any access for screen sharing?
Are you able to see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, yes, we are.
Good morning, one and all. This is K. Vilasni, 9th class Sri Chaitanya Techno School, Uyur. Today, I'm going to talk about exam phobia, which everyone has. First of all, what does it mean? Exam phobia is divided into two words, exam and phobia. What it actually means is that exam fear of exams, which every student have. First, we need to know why do students fear for exams so that we know how to overcome them. First one is procrastinating. We feel like one day is enough. I read yesterday. Today I don't need to study. I can prepare 10 minutes before exam. It's enough. And on the last minute, you are unable to read the whole syllabus. You you leave 1 or 2 topics. And those 1 or 2 topics happen to be in the exam worth 8 marks. Next is overthinking. A lot of people overthink that this exam is very important. Like most of us have seen TikTok videos in which they see like they get a number and they get judged by that number. So most of the people see exams as that number. The marks they get on the exam is that number, and they overthink a lot about it and ruin their mental health and physical health. So that needs to be stopped, because there is one thing which you will know later: pressure of marks and rank. They will be thinking like, yes, if I don't get a 10 on 10 on my 10th exams, that will be useless. There is a lot of competition for that. I won't be able to get a job. All such fears will be there. How to overcome them? How is procrastinating a cause for a fear? You're wasting time by procrastinating. Time has developed. Time flies. It has stopped running. So as we spoke about it before, we feel like, okay, I can do it later. You fall asleep and you don't wake up until for next 5 hours or 6 hours. We have already spent 9 hours at school. Another 5-6 hours means 13 hours over. Again, you wake up, eat dinner, and go to sleep. 1 day waste. Like that, you waste nearly a whole year saying it's your birthday, it's a holiday, something, or your sick days, etc. Too high expectations and targets, but physically and mentally weak. We are like most of the students, nearly 9th or in the current 10th, feel like, okay, I have to get a 10 on 10. Otherwise, this is useless. There is a lot of competition. I can't even get a good job if I get a 9.9 GPA. Oh, they feel, and they start planning like I should wake up at 4 a.m. and read that subject, this subject, and they sleep at night 10 p.m., study till night 10 p.m., which leads them to least sleep, and they don't get enough sleep. They get dark circles. Their eyes keep on burning during the lessons. They fall asleep in between. They get headache, etc., etc. Taking the marks serious as the TikTok POVs. Just as I told before, they take marks as super important and overthink about it, which leads to mental health problems. So now we know that how these are one of the reasons for our phobia. Now let us think of how to stop doing it. Lie to yourself. Lying is a bad habit, but I think this is a best tip from me, because most of the time we are like, okay, I read yesterday, this is enough. Why don't you say that, no, you didn't read enough? No, you didn't read yesterday, so that you feel the pressure and you start doing anything. That could be a point, because most of the time you end up skipping, okay, I read yesterday, that is enough. I read this last time, I read this question last time. This question appeared on the previous exam as well. I know this, I don't have to study this, I know this syllabus, etc. and etc. We say that and we skip it and we go to the new topics. And by the time we go to the exam, we forget about the old topics. So lying to yourself is way better, because you think that you have not studied it, so you study again. And the next best tip from me is that know that students taking benefits of teacher will fail during public exams. Because most of the teachers are like, okay, they pay that much school fees. I don't think this will be fair if they fail the exam. They're working hard and they show pity on them and let them cheat. Or if they couldn't cheat in the exam, they like put extra points even though that question is not worth. So most of the people have been getting more marks like that. That is one of the things I noticed by myself, and I saw it with my eyes. I've experienced it. That's why I'm saying it this much confidence, because in public exams, 10th or 12th, no matter the exam be, that there is no chance of that to happen. So you don't have to overthink about it. you can easily cross it if you know the subject. Here's this one tip from me. SQ3R. S stands for skim, Q stands for question, 3R stands for read, recall, and revise. So most of the time when we are doing textbook reading, we feel like, okay, each and every word, each and every line is important, and we spend hours and hours for that one particular line and end up skipping a lot of topics or one part of the portion or some lessons. So instead of that, you can first skim over the lesson, like go through it. You don't have to go deeply through it. First, you go like get the main idea of the lesson. You don't have to get it from word to word. After that, you can go to the questions, try to answer the questions at the backside of your textbook in your materials, or even frame your own questions and answer them if you have enough time. So after that, you can check where your knowledge gaps are, where is the gap in your knowledge, and you can go to that particular part and read it thoroughly. You can read, recall, and revise, which is revise is most important, because most of the students read and feel like, okay, I know this, I'm 100% perfect with that topic, I don't have to go through it again, I'll go through exam. I will go at like one day before exam, I'll go through it one day before exam. And what actually happens at that one day is that you go through the topic which you are not 100% perfect with. This happens along with the notes also. Most of us take notes, running notes. Like, why are you taking the notes? First of all, when you're not going to read it, most of us don't read our notes again and again. That is why we miss some of the small questions, like in objective questions, we get those. That's why revising is important. Recall or recite. Here, what actually happens is that you ask a friend, and they ask 2-3 questions and leave the other 25 questions. We feel like, okay, I've answered those 2-3 questions correct, I'm 100% sure with the topic. But what actually happens is that in between those 25 questions, 20 questions are left, and that 20 questions, you might have a knowledge gap in between. So you have to go through all the 25 questions, not 2 or 3. That is the most important tip for me, which helped me so much. Thank you. Also, happy National Science Day to you all. Thank you. Thank you for giving me your time.
Thank you very much, Vilasini. It was really very informative, very fruitful, and very helpful to all of us. I hope she deserves a big round of applause. Now, the next speaker is a small baby who may not be knowing the meaning of phobia and exam, but she is here to give us the tips how to beat the exam phobia. Zainab Hossain, over to you.
Good evening, all of you. My name is Zanat Hussain. May I start my speech?
Yes, please.
Students prepare for the examination day and month in advance. The day of examination is always awaited with a mixed feeling. There is a fear of facing a tough paper, and there is also a sense paper or over. There can be no time to play and enjoy. Outside the exam hall, students on their notebooks, note and pencil down the corridors, trying to absorb as much as they can from their students read loudly, while others prefer sit silently in a corner and concentrate on their notes. Some questions with classmates, some faces show panic and fear, others show composure and confidence. The examiner and invigilator advance is the student to remain silent, pass the exam, and overseas student keeps a close watch on watching the student. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Zanab. It was really a very, very beautiful speech, very cute speech. Now let me invite Maryam Ansari. Please switch on your video, Maryam, and present your speech. Maryam Ansari.
Okay, ma'am.
Start.
Hi, I am Maryam. Good evening, everyone, honorable guests, loving friends, and everyone present here. First of all, I want to thank you all for having a chance to deliver a speech in front of you. Today, I would like to talk to you about common issues that affects many students. Exam phobia. Exam phobia is also known as test anxiety. Is a feeling of intense nervousness and fear that arises before exam and during exams. It causes students to feel unprepared, overwhelmed, and unable to perform the best of their abilities. The consequences of exam phobia can be served. It can lead to poor performance, low grades, even failure. In extreme cases, it can even causes mental health issues such as depression, anxiety disorders. Therefore, it is important to address this issue and find ways to overcome it. There are several ways to overcome exam phobia. One of the most effective way is to prepare well in advance. This means studying regularly, making notes, and taking mock tests. When you are well prepared, you will feel more confident and less anxious on the day of the exam. Another way to overcome exam phobia is to practice relaxation techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and yoga. These techniques can help and calm your nerves and reduce stress level additionally. Getting enough sleep, eating healthy, and staying hydrated can also help alleviate anxiety. It is also important to have a positive attitude toward exams. Instead of viewing exams as a source of stress and anxiety, try to see them as an opportunity to learn and grow. Remember that exams are just a part of academic journey and they do not define your worth of person. In conclusion, of exam phobia is a common issue that affects many students. However, it is possible to overcome it through proper preparation, relaxing techniques, and positive attitude. So let us all work together, overcoming our fears and performing to the best of our abilities. Thank you for inviting me here.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you very much, Maryam. It was really very soothing, very informative, and very practical tips you have given. Next, we have Farheem Idrisi. Farheem Idrisi, please unmute yourself and go ahead.
Good evening, all. It's me, Farheem Idrisi. I'm the student of Standard 7 from New Delhi, Shaheen Bagh. Today, I would like to talk about a topic that is great concern to many students, exam phobia. The fear of exam is a common problem that affects many students, and it can cause a lot of stress and anxiety. It can also impact academic performance, and students may not perform to their fullest potential due to exam phobia. Exam phobia is the fear of taking exams, and it can manifest in different ways. And it can Some students experience physical symptoms and sweating and shaking and rapid heartbeat, while others experience mental symptoms such as panic attacks, negative self-talk, and lack of focus. Exam phobia can also cause students to procrastinate, avoid studying, or resort to unhealthy coping mechanisms such as drugs or alcohol. There are several reasons why students may experience exam phobia. One of the primary reasons is the pressure to perform well in exam. Many students feel that their entire future depends on their exam, and this is the create of lots of stress and anxiety. Other reasons include a lack of preparation, fear of failure, and a negative past experience with exam. However, it is essential to remember that exam phobia is a common problem, and there are ways to overcome it. Here are some tips to help students deal with exam phobia. Be prepared. It is one of the best way to deal with exam phobia is to be well prepared. This this means studying regularly, understanding the materials, and practicing past exam questions. Manage stress. Stress is a significant trigger for exam phobia. Therefore, it is essential to learn stress management techniques such as deep breathing, meditation, and exercise. Stay positive. Negative self talk can worsen exam phobia. Instead, focus on positive affirmation and visualize yourself doing well exam. Fourth is seek support. Don't be afraid to seek support from friends, family, or counselor. Talking about your fear that are concerned can help alleviate anxiety. In consolation, exam phobia is a common problem that affects many students. However, it is essential to remember that it is be overcome with the right techniques and supports. By being prepared, managing stress, staying positive, and seeking support, students can overcome exam phobia and perform to their fullest potential. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Farheen. Thank you very much for your speech. And now next we have Atika, who's going to present her thoughts about exam phobia. Atika, over to you.
Yes, ma'am, just 2 minutes.
Do you need screen sharing access? Atika, are you going to share the screen?
No, ma'am.
Please go ahead. Atika, we are waiting for you. Atika, let us know if there is any hindrance, any problem. Then we'll invite the next participant.
Ma'am, just 2 minutes. Ma'am, just. Yes, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Atika from 9th standard. There was a student of 12th standard. He was really very brilliant, a brilliant student. He set a goal, a target that he have to score 98% in board exams. And on the basis of that target, he made his future preparation. That he, when he will score 98%, then he will take. And the result came out. and his percentage side. There are thousands of examples like this. This happens because the students do not know how to overcome the phobia of exams. So today I'm here to tell you that how to overcome the phobia of exams. But before that, I would like to tell you some reasons of exam phobia. Fear of scoring less marks, having no confidence, comparing yourself with others, etc., are some examples of exam phobia. But now, let me tell you some points that will help you to overcome your exam phobia. You should make a timetable, you should create a good study plan, you should do early revisions, you should give a proper attention to each subject, you should make short notes, you should sleep properly, do meditation, take breaks, and eat healthy foods and avoid comparisons. These were some short examples to overcome the phobia of exams. I hope you like this speech. Thank you for giving me a chance.
Thank you, Atika. And next we have Rummana. May I invite Rummana to kindly unmute and present the speech.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Rummana Khan. I am studying class 7 from New Rosary High School. Today my topic is about exam fear. Exam fear is one of the common things to see in almost every student who is going to appear in the exam. Thought is not every individual but can leave a negative impact on the overall performance of the student in exams, difficulty in studying, fear of certain subjects, peer pressure, parents, acceptance, lack of confidence, and inability to focus are some of the main reasons behind exam and depression in students. May students experience exam fear throughout their academic life. In the school or college, they always exams, and as a result suffers from unnecessary precautions, sleepy nights, and days filled with the anxiety.
Next speaker is Kulsoon. Thank you, Rummana. Now we would like to invite next speaker, Kulsoon. May I request Kulsoon to kindly unmute and present the speech.
Ma'am, I need the screen sharing access, please.
Yes, you are granted. Go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen visible for you?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Ma'am, am I visible?
Yes, you are visible.
Okay. My most respected chief guest and program organizer, Dr. Sadia ma'am, and all my dear listeners, a very happy good evening to you all, my dear friends. Being a student, we all know what is exams and the fear of exams, but we don't. But exams are only assisting tool for the teachers and examiners. We don't have to take it like burden. Many times as a learner, we do some silly mistakes. Sometimes many sincere students take it like a burden. And when we feel or face some situation, then we have to just relax ourselves before energy burn into the tension. So in this situation, we have to turn off our books and pages or web pages and relax ourselves.
Kulsoon, someone is speaking behind you. Please tell him to keep quiet and let you speak. I request the family members to kindly maintain silence and let the speaker speak. I think Kulsoon will join us. Now next, I would like to invite Akash Singh.
Unmute.
Yes, Akash, go ahead.
Kasha, ma'am. Not showing it. Ma'am, could you able to see my screen?
Yes,
Ma'am, my face is also visible.
yes. Your face is not visible, but screen is visible.
Sorry, ma'am, for this. I couldn't able to sort out this problem. Ma'am, my presentation is visible.
Yes.
So, good evening, judges and dear my friends. Let me introduce myself, friends. I'm Akash Singh from grade 10 from RM International School. And today I'm here to presenting a short presentation. How could you overcome beta exam phobia? So, friends, what I could like to ask a question to everyone that why this question arises, why you get exam phobia. So, friend, these questions arises because you couldn't make a practice, you couldn't be starting your education or study from beginning because we think that we have lots of timing. So why should we start learning? We just take it as a fun. But after overcoming, we get that exam phobia. And next to this, friend, this exam phobia also come because of less confidence or comparing our marks with others. But friends, remember, these exams are not judging of futures, but these exams are judging your knowledge and how you have knowledge and exam. And friends, let me tell you, knowledge are permanent, pursue it. Okay, never think that these exams are going to tell your future. So okay, let me start my presentation. So friends and judges, this is my content page, what I'm going to deliberate in this whole presentation. I'm going to tell you about time management, sleeping well, yoga and meditation, and time taken, and keep the targets. And friends, and judges also, I could recommend this one book that is written by Narendra Modi for all the exam warriors who wanted to be get good marks in the exam. So friend, this is my first slide, that is time management. So friends, we does not make we does not able to make or managing our time when exams are coming. We just rush ourselves, we just starting, what should we do? What should not we do? So friends, we should not do that time. Before that, we should always prepare our time management. How could we able to study and how could we able to complete our syllabus? So friends, through which we have to make always a proper timetable and how we have to utilize it. And in this first, I have tell about how could you make a timetable and how could you have to do and what are the criteria so that you could make a proper time management. So this was my first slide. Let us move to the next slide. And next slide is sleeping well. So friends, why are thinking that why we should sleep well? So friends, after irrigation, we leave our agriculture crop to settle it for 2 days so that it could settle it and we get a good crops. So in such a manner, our brain also requires a relax. So friends, when we relax now, our the things that we study earlier, now it get permanent in our mind. That was the biggest thing that we should always take a sleep, a relax after studying. Okay. So these are the some tactics that you should make ever practicing when you are preparing for exam. And there are some mantras, you can also go through it. So next is yoga and meditation. Now your question arises, why should we do yoga and meditation? Friends, as we all know earlier in historical period, ancient India has in Nalanda University, which is one of the most famous university throughout all over the world. So yoga and meditation are one of the most important aspects of life of students. So friends, yoga and meditation makes your body healthy and your brain healthy, which helps you to learning better and it will help you so many progression. It will doesn't affect your health. Uh, it will not affect your health. It will just make you healthy and you could study well by doing the yogas and meditation. Meditation I could recommend everyone to do in morning because by doing the meditation you get your brain gets relaxed so you can study well. Timetable. So friends, now I could like to give a short description about timetable. we all ever think that we all should make a timetable. But what happens when generally we make the timetable? In that timetable, we just always including that we have to eat from this time to this time, we have to watch TV from this time to this time, and flana tikna that all. So friend, that is not a timetable. Let me tell you true that the timetable is that key from which subject you have to study from which period. Means suppose you are studying a science from 7 to 8, then you have to also make a 8 to 9 another timetable in which subject you are going to study. And you should always give a 2 hours extra for revision what you are studying whole day, because it is our brain is like a such that it could not memorize all the things, so we should have to revise it. And I have also too much of strategies and tips that I can give you to score good marks in your examination. Friends, what happens generally, our brain is just not able to memorize all the things, for which we have to do one thing. Suppose you are reading a first chapter, so you should make the practice after 3 days, then 7 days, and after 1 month. And you can also make it either 3 days, or you can, as per your capacity, you can make your practices. Okay. And now next is very important thing, that is make a target of a day that included in timetable. So you should always make a target so that before examination you can overcome with all the solutions and you could able to score good marks in exams. Let us talk about some of the tips that I could give you to score good marks in an exam. So friends, so what happens generally, we should always use to solve the PYQ paper, which is previous year paper. We should always clear about what type of questions are going to come, and recommending all the things is you should always go through the textbooks. And earlier I have shown one book here, that is Exam Warrior. You should go through it because it's a very brilliant book, and this all the things is how could you overcome stress, confident, and what is the purpose of giving exam. All the things are mentioned. I could recommend everyone to please go through this book. So till that, thank you. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, judges.
Thank you very much, Ishan. It was very useful tips given to the students. And
Sorry, ma'am.
our last speaker is Ishan. May I request Ishan to kindly go ahead and present the speech? Do you need
Yes,
a screen sharing access?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Ishan, you can share your screen if you want and go ahead.
Ma'am, my video and screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Here, Mr. TikTok, mind block. Pen stop, eye pop. Full sock, jaw drop. Time up, no luck. Good evening, one and all present here. I'm Ishan Ahmed, student of class 8 from Assam, India. In today's evening, I'm going to speak about how to beat the exam phobia. As we all know that education plays an important role in everyone's life. We could not imagine our life without education. What we learn from academic package. That's why organizing exam, and we all come tension. What will be? It's called exam phobia. Combination during studies has given to exam phobia these days. A lot of students, even toppers, face difficulties to overcome exam phobia. But before appearing any exam, it is very important to overcome your tension. This is due to the fact that many students fail to write down the answer, even if properly know the answer. This is a very big problem. It's called exam phobia. Features of exam phobia. Exam phobia is a state of unnecessary worrying about under-evaluated during exams. Exam phobia is a state of unnecessary worrying upcoming exams. Exam phobia affects a lot of scholars all across the globe. Exam phobia is a kind of apprehension about the results. Now we will discuss how to overcome exam phobia. Number one, relax and make a plan. It is important to first come down and relax your mind by taking deep breaths to relax. Release pressure from mind. Now, with a clear and stress-free mind, note down your plan of action. You need to plan your schedule to study properly before your exam, so that there is time for the revision session as well. Number 2, have proper rest and eat well. Next tip to overcome exam phobia is to have proper rest and eat well. Particularly during examination, eating healthy food plays a major role in understanding students' preparation for the exam. Taking rest will help us with getting energized and motivated. The absence of rest will promote weakness and stress. Along these points, break up your examination timetable to break. The pattern is so mind relaxing, and recreational exercise like singing, dancing, etc. make you better. What we have to do before an exam? If you can concentrate in the morning, then do most of it starting before lunch. Lunch late if you cannot concentrate well. If you prefer studying at night, then study at the light at the later half of the body. But ensure that you go to bed at a reasonable hour and get enough sleep. Number 2, always ask for help if there are things that you don't understand, especially if you are feeling stressed out. Number 3, on a day of the exam, avoid talking to friends who get stressed. Number 4, write down everything you feel you need to do. What you have to do during an exam. Number 1, students who fear an exam should take deep breaths. Number 2, while writing in the exam, if a question causes you to freeze, then move on to an easier question and come back to the difficult one later. What we have to do after an exam? Do not ask other people how they have done in the exam. You have done your best, and you cannot go back and change your answer. So the second you step out of the exam hall, forget everything else and just focus on your next exam. Just focus on your next exam. Always remember, scoring low marks or failing is not mean ends of everything. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says, fail means first attempt in life. This why life is said, try again, fail better. So we have to do practice. Practice can make you better. So thank you everyone. Give me this opportunity. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Ishan. It was full of energy and zeal. You presented well. Now Kulsoon is asking for the re-chance. What do you say, Mr. David? Are we going to consider her? Is she here in the meeting? I don't find her here. Is Kulsoon here?
Yes, ma'am. She is there.
Yeah, if she wants to go ahead and give her speech, then let her.
Okay, so Kulsoon, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for giving me chance again. Ma'am, please access me to share screen. I'll try again.
Again,
Okay.
somebody is speaking from the back. Please stop him or her, whosoever is there.
Ma'am, this time I'm alone in the room and no one is here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
See, children, that's why we are speaking about exam phobia. This presentation is also like an exam for you all. And you are not prepared for this. It means that you are under stress. Preparation is the key that we have to remember in mind.
Okay. My most respected chief guest and program organizer, Dr. Sadia ma'am, and all my dear listeners. Very good evening to all of you. I'm Kulsoon Fatma from grade 8, and I recently passed out from the grade 8, and the exams are means 1 week. I just passed from the exam of phobia. So let's begin. Being a student, we all know what is exam and the fear of exams. But exams are only assessing tool for the teachers and the examiners. We don't have to take it like a burden because it's a part of learning. Many times, as a learner, we do silly mistakes. Sometimes many sincere students lost their emotions, but we have to just control it, because if we have to just relax ourselves. If we willing to relax ourselves, then energy burn into the tension. If energy will burn into tension, that's what will progress there. So in this situation, we have to just turn off our books and the web pages and just go in the garden and relax ourselves, to just begin to relax ourselves from this examophobia. And because study says mostly students learn when they're happy. So stay happy and keep learning with joy and without burden, and enjoy the learning. Thank you for listening. Ma'am, actually, I was unable to just slide our screen, so I was unable.
Thank you, Kulsoon. Thank you very much. Now, David, over to you for the comments. And remember that we are going to announce the result tomorrow.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. A lot of speakers tonight. Overall, it was okay. There was a lot of brand new speakers that I'd never seen before. There was a common theme running through, though. A lot of the speakers didn't really give too many good answers for solving the problem of exam phobia. And that's the main message that I was looking for. So it was hard to rate highly the people who didn't really talk about the solutions to the problems. And the other problem was the sound. We had Kulsoon, the last speaker, had the problems with the sound, but so did a lot of other people, which is a little bit unfortunate. And I do understand it. It's due to internet problems and issues like that that aren't connected with the students directly. But overall, I thought it was pretty good. I haven't scored them yet. I've written down the scores, but I haven't totted up the scores. So I don't even know who's won yet. But I will reveal the results to Dr. Halima. Yeah, I thought the quality wasn't too bad tonight. Okay, so with that, back over to you, Doctor.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, David. It was really a very competitive competition, although I know because of the examination, the children were not very well prepared, because I know they get very less number of time to prepare for this. But anyways, they all tried their level best to speak on this, and whatever they were spoken from their hearts. That was the best aspect of this competition. I really liked each and every point presented by them, although there was some technical issues. Because of that, the effectiveness was not that high as we were expecting. But anyway, they have presented, they have started thinking, and the thinking process or started thinking is really a great talent or skill in today's world, that they have started doing so. Thank you very much. And I thank Nasreen Madam for sparing her valuable time and listening to all the speeches. So now at the end, I would like to thank Nasreen Madam with a small token from our EduFam International, certificate of appreciation from all of us. So boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause to Madam for her certificate of appreciation, for sparing her valuable time and being with us. And I request Madam to kindly say a few words on the overall performance of the students.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Dr. Halima. It's always a pleasure to get associated with you. You come up with so good innovative ideas, and the way you are nurturing this young talent is amazing. That's what I was thinking. These young girls and boys should be appreciated. I was just going back to memory lanes then when I was of their age, the way they are speaking, the confidence you have built in them. So they are going to, they should be consistently continuing with all this. And I'm sure one day they are going to become a confident speakers as well as good thinkers, and will be ready to give back to the society, which is much needed with all the ethical values. And these will be the one who are going to choose the careers that can keep the earth green and the sky blue. Thank you once again, Dr. Halima, for the opportunity. And I would love to remain associated with you in every program of yours. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your motivational words. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, all the children. Please unmute yourself and start your video so that we can click the group photograph. And yes, don't forget to say thank you to each other for being the part of this. And see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the same Zoom meeting. Yes. So everybody's ready? Alisha Niaz, where are you? Switch on. Falak Fatima, switch on. Yes. And Farheem has started what I was supposed to say. Send your hearts to EduFam International and then let us click. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Yes. I hope I have clicked. No, what happened? Yes. Yes, David, thank you very much. Everybody keep in your poses. Yes. Let me see what are your poses. Thank you, Alisha. You are spoiling my picture, my dear. Where are you? Switch on your video. Thank you, everyone. A big round of applause to all the participants. See you tomorrow. Till then, take care and bye-bye and good night.